Welcome to all for national level online webinar on opportunities and career in pharmaceutical industry. It gives me pleasure to introduce and welcome today's chief guest and resource person, Mr. Shivaji Salunke. He is presently working as Vice President and Site Head, Invitron Advanced Analytics Private Limited, Hyderabad. He is MSc in Chemistry and PG Diploma in Analytical Chemistry from Pune College of
Sorry, your voice is breaking in between.
Pune. He has more than 25 years experience
जाधव सर आवाज नीट येत नाही.
Pharma industry. He is being a dynamic professional.
जाधव सर, your voice is breaking in between.
जाधव सर तुमचा आवाज येत नाही.
Analytical development, quality content, and technology. Put at pharma companies like
जाधव सर तुमचा आवाज येत नाहीये.
now, sir. Are you listening me? Hello.
हॅलो.
Hello.
हा सर तुमचा आवाज येत नाहीये. व्हिडिओ ऑफ करा.
Hello, sir. आता आवाज येतोय?
हा येतोय येतोय.
Okay. So, respected faculty members, principal, students, welcome to all for national level online webinar on topic opportunities and career in pharmaceutical industry. It gives me pleasure to introduce and welcome today's chief guest and resource person, Mr. Animesh Shivaji Salunke. He is presently working as Vice President, Site Head, Invitron Advanced Analytics Private Limited, Hyderabad. He is MSc in Chemistry and PG Diploma in Analytical Chemistry from Pune College of Pharmacy, Pune. He has 25 years experience in pharma industry. He is being a dynamic professional of rich experience in analytical development, quality control, technology transfer, and reputed pharma companies like Optimus Pharma, Incube Ethical Private Limited, Microlabs Goa, Ciplan Limited Goa, Stride Alcolab Limited, etc. He is now leading team of more than 75 persons from analytical development, IVRT, IVPT, Q3 characterization, peptide mapping and characterization, E&L studies, Q3D study, medical device testing, and quality analysis and administration sessions. He is responsible for overall activities of technical quality, account and administration department. He successfully cleared US FDA inspections and cleared many customer inspections. He has extensive experience in research and development, new analytical methods development, and new product testing. He is a certified champion for implementation of Lean Six Sigma by Breakthrough Management Group of India. Also actively participate in implementation of Lean and 5S techniques in the plant. He has extensive experience in setup of art analytic laboratory. He successfully cleared US FDA inspections in 2012 and 2015 in Incube Ethical Laboratory Goa and recognized as an area of expertise in identification and implementation of new techniques in quality control, statistical evaluation, and trade analysis of data. Hence, generating specification and procedures for developed as well as method for NADA, lab operations, quality assurance, quality testing, etc. Before joining the present company, he is the vice president in Optimus Pharma Private Limited, Hyderabad since 2012. He is also worked as general manager in Incube Ethicals Limited, Goa. He is socially engaged himself in various activities, social welfare and services. He has a lot of experience in pharma industry. So I welcome again today's chief guest, Mr. Animesh Shivaji Salunke, to guide our student on the topic opportunity and career in pharma industry. I also request now our college principal, a dynamic personality, good administrator, academic and research activist, our principal, Dr. Anil Kamlakar Patil, on occasion. So I welcome here Principal Dr. Anil K. Patil.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So at the outset, I welcome our today's chief guest, Dr. Animesh Salunke, on this visual platform for today's webinar, Opportunities and Career in Pharma Industry, organized by Department of Chemistry of our college. This webinar will be certainly helpful to our students as well as our staff members, as it is a very new topic. I mean, the webinar on the pharma industry is organized first time in our college. And if you take a look to the pharma industry, then pharma industry in India has got a great contribution in the field of product, in the field of research. And therefore, I look it at as what are the different pharma industries, because our contribution in preparation of generic products or generic compositions, which is useful in the preparation of drugs and pharmaceutical companies, is great. Furthermore, contribution in the view of the marketing, that is also great, and in last decade it is increased enormous. That indicates that is a great potential for the pharma industry as well as the potential to get the jobs or to get the working in the companies. And third, I look it as the research facility or the research area, because I am from the field of botany and I know that the pharmaceutical companies, they do the research or they ask to do the research which will give them new ideas, new phytoconstituents which are used from long time, from ancient time in India to cure the diseases. So I will not take much time. This is the only 2 to 3 things which came in my mind, that pharma industry in India has a great scope. And today's chief guest, Dr. Animesh Salunke sir, he has a great experience in every field, in the field of research, in the field of marketing, in the field of product. And I think such a reputed personality has accepted our invitation to deliver this talk on opportunities and career in pharma industry. Sir, I am very grateful to you. And as a principal of this college, I welcome you to this webinar. Thank you very much, sir. And I request you to start your lecture and give the guidance to our students and all the participants joined today with us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So first, I would like to thank Honorable Principal Dr. Patil sir and Jadhav sir for nice introduction. So for giving this opportunity to interact with these students. So thank you very much for organizing this webinar. I will share my presentations and I will request the students in between, if you have any questions, you can ask, or we can have the last question and answer session also. So depends upon you. I'm not the lecturer, so I'm not in fluent lectures, but I can share my experience and I can share my knowledge. What is I got it in last 25 plus 26 years in different pharma industries. I think it will be helpful for everybody. Last few years, I visited many colleges in Maharashtra and Karnataka, like Ratnagiri College, Kolhapur, Karad, Belgaum, then Shirsi. And it has been observed that there is a significant gap between industry, pharma industry, and our education systems. Because the way we are having the education system, it is ancient. Last many years, it is going on, but industry is much advanced. And when I interacted with many students, sometimes I have delivered the lecture on chromatography or spectroscopy or different other subjects. But both the subjects, whether it is chromatography or whether it is spectroscopy, it is very vast and we can't cover in 40-45 minutes or 1 hour. So when last month, I think December month, Jadhav sir, he approached me. So I thought what to give the lecture. So then it came in mind whether we can guide our students, what is the scope in the pharma industry, because many students after completion of MSc or MPharm or any other qualification, they are not aware where to go. What is the scope in the pharma industry? Many people they know, okay, we have to go in the quality control only. But there are many other opportunities also there where they can approach and where they can join their organizations. There are many industries, they can make their careers also. And there is also gap. Once they join the industry, many people are thinking, okay, now we got the job, yes, everything is completed. But it is not like that. If you want to survive in the industry, if you want to make the career in the industry, there are lots of challenges, lots of competition is there. And college life is different, industry life is different. Lots of discipline is required in industry life. And there is lots of challenges, lots of competition also there. Because everybody has the competitions. In college, independently you have to study and you have to score the marks. But in the industry, everybody has their different work. So each person is your competitor. So that's the reason I decided, okay, whether we can deliver this lecture opportunity, what opportunities we have, and how to survive in the industry, and how to make the career in the industry. So that came in mind, and then we decided we'll go ahead with this lecture only. In future, if required, if any specific subjects, if students require on chromatography or spectroscopy, yes, we can make it on that also. That's not a problem. So with this, I think we will start my presentations, and then in between, if you have any questions, you can ask. You can stop me in between, or you can ask the questions at the end of the session also. So I'll share my presentation.
साठे सर सरांचं प्रेझेंटेशन शेअर.
हो सर, त्याला को होस्ट बनवलेला आहे, ते
ओके ओके
शेअर करू शकता.
Can you see the presentation?
Yes sir.
All the students, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning, friends. So we'll start with this opportunity and career in pharmaceutical industry. So first I will give the introduction to the pharmaceutical industry. So what is the pharmaceutical industry in short? So the pharmaceutical industry discovers, develops, produces many pharmaceutical drugs or many pharmaceutical products or medications to be administered or by self or maybe by patients or doctors can prescribe with the aim to cure them, vaccinate them, or you can avoid the symptoms for that. So there are two types of deals pharmaceutical organizations they are doing. As Dr. Patil said, generic, and second one is the brand. I don't know how many people are aware about this generic and brand. Last few years, our central government also they are driving this generic medicines, and be very helpful for everybody. I will explain that what is the generic and what is the brand products. I think everybody knows the Crocin tablet, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Crocin tablet, if you see, it contains paracetamol. It is actually a API, active pharmaceutical ingredients. But if you go to the medical shop and if you ask the Crocin, the 15 tablet, it will cost around 22 to 23 rupees. Since it is the brand name Crocin, everybody knows. People are going in the medical shop and they are asking Crocin. But if you see the alternative generic products, there are many tablets or many products are available in the market, and the cost will be hardly 8 rupees or 10 rupees. It is 50% less. Similarly, when we are having viral fevers or any other issues, we are going to the doctor and doctor will prescribe the general antibiotics like Augmentin, which contains amoxicillin trihydrate and potassium clavinate. The one tablet cost of Augmentin, it is around 40 rupees and it is manufactured by Glasgow. But if you take it, if you put it on the internet, you will find the generic brands, generic molecules, which is manufactured by other companies like Cipla, Microlabs, or Sun Pharma or Dr. Reddy's. You will get it that tablet less than 20 rupees. It is almost 50% less. But practically in India, very few people are aware about these generic medicines. Fortunately, our central government now driving this project, and this is helping to many people. So we can save the cost, we can save the money in this case. Because in our India, if you see many patients, we have the diabetic patients or any heart patients also there. They have to take the medications every day, which can save the lots of money, almost 50% money. So this now pharma industry, for driving this pharma industry, there are lots of laws are there and regulations are there, and patents also there for testing, for safety, for efficacy, for marketing also. For example, if you are working in for Indian market, we have Indian Pharmacopoeia. Along with that, we have Drug and Cosmetic Act laws. It is 1945. So all the Indian medications, all the Indian drugs, what we are producing in the Indian market, whether it is for manufacturing, whether it is for marketing or labeling, each activity we have the law. It is mentioned in the Drug and Cosmetic Act. Plus, we have the Indian Pharmacopoeia book. The Indian Pharmacopoeia book, it contains all the monographs for active pharmaceutical ingredient as well as formulations. So they have guided us to what test to be performed, and then we can release the product in the market. Similarly, if you go to the out of India, there are two types of markets. One is regulatory market and one is non-regulatory market. So regulatory market, basically it is in US, European countries and Australia. And non-regulatory market, it is called as ROW market, that is the rest of the world. So rest of the world, it contains other countries like African countries, China or any other countries. So if you go to any country, if you go to US has the United States Pharmacopoeia. For European countries, they have the European Pharmacopoeia. For UK, they have British Pharmacopoeia. For Russia, they have Russian Pharmacopoeia. And for China, they are having Chinese Pharmacopoeia. So some of the countries, they accept each other's approval also. So for example, if you want to market product in India, so Indian FDA has to approve that. Indian FDA has to inspect your facility and they have to give the approval. Then only you can market the product in Indian market. Similarly, for Europe, for Europe, there is a European authority. It is called as ANSM. In case of US, there is authority called as US FDA, which is very strict. Similarly, for Australia, there is a TJ, Therapeutic Good Administration, and Russia and these others, they have all their own authorities. So once you decided to market the product in their respective locations, so they will come, they will inspect your site. If it is comply as per their requirement, then only you will get the approvals, and then you can market your product in the respective countries. At present, we have huge business in the global market, pharmaceutical industry. So if you see the global market, it is around last year, it is more than $1,250 US dollar. So I think it is, if you convert into rupees, it comes around 94 lakh crores. So that much revenue we have in the pharma industry globally, entire world. So this is about our introduction in the global what we are having. Now coming to India, Indian pharmaceutical sector, it is turnover around US dollar 42 million. It's equivalent to around 3.2 lakh crore. So just imagine how much business we are having in the pharmaceutical industry in India. And at present, India is the third in case of the volume what we are generating the pharmaceutical medicines, and in terms of 13 in terms of value. So that is revenue. So globally, India is the top for exporting. So we are the world largest generic medicines supplier. So India, what are the generic medicines we are producing? We are the top to supply the globally in US, Europe, Australia, or any other countries, including Japan also. Japan is the top because they are having very stringent laws. So in India, approximately 22,000 registered drug manufacturers, which includes API, which includes formulations, which includes bulk drugs, all are there. In addition to that, there are many R&D centers, there are many testing laboratories. So all put together, it is 23,000 plus. We have the sites in India, which is registered to the Indian FDA. At present, Hyderabad is very dominant in the pharma sectors. In Hyderabad, I think it is more than 580 pharma companies registered to the FDA, which includes bulk drugs and formulations. So in case of bulk drug, Hyderabad is ranked first, and in case of formulations, it is third. If you come to top Indian pharma, I think, I don't know how much you are aware, we have the Sun Pharmaceuticals, Cipla, Microlabs, Lupin, Glenmark, there are many companies are there, Dr. Reddy's, Arvindo, MSN Pharma. These are the leaders in India. So if you see the value point of view, $42 million, it looks very high, correct? But compared to globally, it looks very less, very small. Because if you club all pharmaceutical industry, almost 22,000 industries we have, and we are generating revenue, it is US dollar 42 million. But globally, if you see, there is one company called as Johnson and Johnson, maybe many people they know, or Pfizer. The turnover of Johnson and Johnson alone itself, it is more than 70 billion US dollar. So we are almost half of this one company only. So these are the huge companies. They are having huge production. They are having huge values. They are having many patents in the US market, because the cost mostly we are getting from the US market. If you have any product, if you want to manufacture in India now we have different laws like drug price control. There are many products comes under it is DPC Act. So any company, if they are producing that product, the cost will be the same. If it is 20 rupees, everybody has to market in the 20 rupees only. But coming to the US market, if one product, for example, paracetamol tablet, in India, it is one tablet considered 1 rupees. If you coming to the US market, you will get it more than 150 rupees for one tablet. So that much revenue we are having in the US market for generic products. So that is the reason this Johnson and Johnson, Pfizer and Teva, they are having huge turnover. One example, if you want, I can give this. There is one blockbuster molecule. It is called as atorvastatin tablet. It is brand name of Lipitor, marketed by Pfizer. The turnover of that one product overall globally, it is more than 40,000 crores. That is the huge product blockbuster molecule they are having. So similar, they have many products in India. Pfizer is having product like Corex, which is having 350 crore turnover. So these are the big giants in the industry. So Indian companies also, they are giving tough fights to them right now. This is about the small introduction for pharma industry. Hopefully this will be helpful for you for future only. So now we start with this opportunities, what we are having and what qualification we have. So normally if you see the education qualification, so we are having graduate, postgraduate in science. We will have graduate, postgraduate in pharmacy like B.Pharm, M.Pharm. We will have graduate, postgraduate in commerce. We have graduate and postgraduate in chemical engineering. Graduate and postgraduate in computer science or information technology. Both options are there. Or it may be the MBA. So these are the general qualifications in India what most of the students they are choosing in either in graduate in postgraduate in science or pharmacy or commerce or chemical engineering and computers and MBA also. So many people they are not aware if you do the qualification of this, what opportunities we are having in the industry. So now if you see the graduate postgraduate in science, we are having MSc in chemistry. We are having MSc in microbiology. We can have the MSc in biotechnology, MSc in statistics, MSc in computer science. So now, if you have these 4-5 subjects, so what are the opportunities you will get in the pharma industry? So I think many people they are not aware what computer science they will do in the pharma industry or what statistics they will do in the pharma industry. So if you see the opportunities where we are having, so one is research and development, that is called as R&D centers. Second is API manufacturing. I will come to next slide. What are the departments and which qualification where it will goes to which departments it is useful or how we can choose the department also. Then there are many companies excipient manufacturing. So are you aware about what is the API and what is excipient? Can you hear?
No, sir, we are not aware.
So, API means that is active pharmaceutical ingredients. That is, as I explained earlier, if you are having the Rosin tablet, it contains paracetamol as an active pharmaceutical ingredient. But to make that tablet, there are other lots of excipients we have to add, like talc, magnesium stearate, mycoplastic cellulose, lactose. There are so many others, which is called as lubricating agent, binding agents. Many excipients we have to add. So there are different manufacturer companies are there. They can manufacture the excipients also, which are useful in the pharma industry. Then there are formulation manufacturing like tablet, capsules, then ophthalmic product, complex injectables, semi-solid products like derma products. There are chemical manufacturing like laboratory chemicals, what we required for the analysis or formulations. There are clinical studies also there. So lots of clinical studies is required right now. Clinical studies means what? At present, if you want to launch any new product in any market, whether it is India, whether it is Europe or whether it is US, you have to do the clinical studies. So in the clinical studies, first we have to perform lots of studies in the research and development. Once our product development has been completed, then we have to submit the samples to the clinical studies. So in the clinical studies, they are giving that tablets to the respective patients. They are selecting the patients from different locations, from colleges or from general society, and they are administering that tablets to the patients. It may be around 40, it may be around 80, depends upon the products. And they are collecting the plasma samples, and that plasma samples we have to analyze. So they are giving new product samples as well as existing brand product samples. Then we have to compare my product is equivalent to brand product or my product is not equivalent to brand product. So that clinical studies is performed by clinical centers. There are many clinical centers in India. Some of the big companies like Dr. Reddy's or Sun Pharma, they are having their own clinical studies. Or there are independent clinical studies also there. So these are the basic opportunities, formulations we are having in the India. Now biotechnology is also latest, zooming very fast. It is very good subject. If anybody is interested in biotech also, it is huge scope in the future we are having. Now coming to what are the opportunities you will get in, whether it is MSc, whether it is M.Pharm or whether it is any other subjects. So we are having one department like formulation development. In research center, there is one department, formulation development, another department, analytical development, and regulatory authorities, other department also there. So students who is having the B.Pharm or M.Pharm, generally they can prepare the formulation department. Or if you come to manufacturing sites, they can select the manufacturing facility. So they can select the manufacturing department where actual formulation they can produce the tablet, they can produce the injectables. So the candidates who are having M.Pharm, they can go for formulation development or they can go for the manufacturing also. Now this is more important, I think, for you people, for MSc people. So MSc in chemistry, they can select research and development. In the research and development, they can go for the analytical development, or in case of the manufacturing side, they can select the quality control department. So these are the two departments where MSc in chemistry, whether it is analytical chemistry, whether it is organic chemistry or inorganic chemistry, they can select this area. They can go for that choice. There are other departments also where MSc people they can choice. So in case of analytical manufacturing quality control, there are different areas like microbiology, then raw material analysis, finished product analysis, many areas are there. So MSc in microbiology, MSc in biotechnology, they can select that microbiology area. They can make their career in that area. So there is one more department, it is called as quality assurance. So quality assurance, it is available for quality control as well as it is for manufacturing also. Entire facility, whether it is R&D center or whether it is manufacturing, entire control is kept by quality assurance. So MSc chemistry or MSc microbiology or M.Pharm in quality assurance, they can select quality assurance and they can make their career in that area because this is also good subject. But this department, I think very few people they are aware. Mostly M.Pharm quality assurance they are selecting this, but MSc also we can have this department. There is one more department, it is called as regulatory affairs. So this I think maybe nobody is aware about this department. So this regulatory affairs, they are working to file the dossiers, whether it is in Indian market, whether it is in US market or whether it is in European market. So what are the data generated by analytical development, quality control or manufacturing department? That data, this regulatory affairs department, they are making one dossier. It is called as dossier. So there are lots of regulations are there for this dossier compilation and dossier filing. Starting from the font size, font type, everything they have defined. There are very strict laws are there. So for this compilation of one product, it will take at least 3 to 4 months for this regulatory team. There are different softwares also there. And just one example, if you want to give, if you file one product in the US market, one dossier after completion of all the studies, we have to file, regulatory department has to file that dossier in the US market. Once you file this dossier to the US market, we have to pay the fee almost 2.2 crore for one product. After filing this, US companies, the US authority, that is US FDA, they have one software. They will make the scanning of all the documents. And if they found any discrepancy or any document is not legible, straight forward they will return back. It is called as RTR, refuse to receive. If it comes that 50% of your fees will goes waste, that is 1.2 crore will goes waste. And then again, timeline is more important because there are lots of competition. Again, you have to compile that document. Again, you have to file it. So it is lots of wastage of money and wastage of time. So this department also is very important. In the market, after completion of this MSc, there are lots of diploma courses are available. Diploma in regulatory affairs. It is available in Pune also. It is available in Mumbai. So you can have the choice of that. If anybody wants any information further, you can connect me separately. But this is also a very good subject for your future. One more, it is again technology transfer. So now technology transfer also I am not sure anybody is aware because most of the students it is coming from quality control. So technology transfer, when R&D department they are developing the product in the R&D center. So most of the companies they have R&D center in different locations and the manufacturing facility is different location. For example, if R&D center is at Mumbai, then manufacturing facility is at Goa. So whatever product they have developed R&D. So R&D in formulation department they are developing formulation development. and in the analytical development, they are developing the methods. So after completion of this development, they have to transfer this product to the respective manufacturing site. That is called as technology transfer. So analytical development team, they will transfer the technology to the quality control, and formulation development team, they will transfer the technology of manufacturing team. So to bridge this gap, there is a technology transfer department. So formulation development, analytical development, R&D team, they will coordinate with the technology transfer team, and technology transfer team, they will coordinate internally with the quality control and manufacturing team, and they can bridge the gap. So that is the technology transfer department to transfer the knowledge. So technology transfer team, they have to gain the knowledge from R&D and they have to transfer to the respective manufacturing site. So this is called as technology transfer. So now this is latest requirement last 4 or 5 years, project management. So project management, like this technology transfer department, from R&D there are suppose 5 projects we have to transfer to the plant, and there are some contract manufacturing projects also will come. So like these big companies earlier I mentioned, Pfizer or Johnson and Johnson or this Teva, they don't have manufacturing sites in India. So what they are doing, they are having the products, they are having the patent in US market. They will give the products to the contract manufacturing in India, like Cipla, they are doing contract manufacturing, or many other companies they are doing. So to manage this, all the products, there is a group, one project management group is there. So in this group also, you can find the place for MSc people, you can find the place for pharmacy people, you can find the place for MBA people also. So project management is also big team is there in all the pharma industries now. There are some people who are having MSc in statistics along with the Lean and Six Sigma. They can also lead the project management team. So there are many Six Sigma people or many Lean people. They have certified courses. After this completion of that courses, you can have the project management team in the respective industry. Now this packaging and packaging development. This is the very important subject, because packaging, if you go to the pharma industry, we are having the manufacturing of tablets or manufacturing of injectable or manufacturing of semi-solids. After manufacturing, it will go for the packaging. So packaging, there are many people they can join, they can take it BSc people, they can take it MSc people, they can take it diploma engineers in mechanical engineers or electrical engineers, because the equipments in industry which is used for packaging, very advanced instruments and very costly instruments, very auto instruments. So we require the engineers to operate that instruments. So packaging also you can select. And in R&D, there is one subject, packaging development. So for US market, if you are working for the generic product, there are many packaging technologies, like if you go to the tablet and capsule, you will find the strips. For strips, generally use foils, PVC foils or PVDF foils. In case of injectables, we are having injectable syringes, or in case of insulin, you are having pen devices. So this packaging development team, they have to decode that existing brand product. They have to check the packaging requirements, and they have to develop similar type of syringes or similar type of pen devices or similar type of things to our products. So that is called as packaging development. At present, there is a huge demand in the market for packaging development. And the latest, if you see the industry, there is a separate guideline published by ISO, that is International Standard of Organization, and for US FDA, also there is a separate guideline on packaging development, that is called as medical device testing. So that medical device testing, there are huge instruments are available. So packaging development is also a good subject for you. You can select this also. So warehouse and stores. So each pharma industry, whether it is R&D center or whether it is manufacturing site, so there is one warehouse to store the raw materials or to store the finished products after completion. So in that case, the students who are having post-graduation in arts or post-graduation in commerce, they can have the further studies like SAP or ERP. Generally, 80% of the pharma industry, they are using these softwares. that is called as SAP and ERP software. In College of Engineering Pune and I think Symbiosis and 1 or 2 colleges in Mumbai, they are having separate courses on SAP as well as ERP. If somebody is interested, you can choose that courses after completion of post-graduation in arts or post-graduation in commerce. That is also in the warehouse. There are huge subjects, so they can select that area also. There are other departments, business development. Here mostly MBA people are going for this business development. And last, there are small departments like purchase, accounts, finance, HR and admin. HR and admin is a separate subject, they can go there. But in case of commerce and arts, after post-graduation, they can go this accounts, purchase and finance. But in addition to the post-graduation, you have to do the small courses. Some courses of 6 months, some courses are 1 year. And recently, I don't know if people are aware, this Manipal University, then IIT Roorkee, they have added many courses after post-graduation on the data science. So after completion of statistics or after completion of commerce post-graduation, we can join. That is very tough. Entrance exam is also very tough. If somebody can crack that entrance exam, you will get huge opportunities. You can select the website of Manipal University. You can find after MSc also you can choose that, and you can select the website of IIT Roorkee. You will find lots of courses on that. So generally, these are the opportunities you will get in the pharma industry. So once you complete your education, you can select these areas or you can prepare for interviews, depends upon your requirement. So after getting the job, you will get the job whether it is formulation development, whether it is analytical development or quality assurance or regulatory affairs or technology transfer. You will start your career, then how to survive in the industry, that is again more important. Because after getting the job, yes, you can start your job, you will continue the job, you will get every year some appraisal, you will get some additional salary also. But whether that is sufficient or whether we have to grow in the industry. So if you want to grow in the industry, if you want to survive in the industry, you have to take it lots of pay. I saw many students after completion of the colleges, they are not studying, they are not reading any books. But it is not the fact. If you complete the college also, if you want to survive in the industry or if you want to make success in the career, lifetime you have to read the books or you have to get the knowledges. So that knowledge you can get it through the internet, you can read the books also, but knowledge is more important. So that's the reason I suggest first I kept it technical knowledge. Now technical knowledge, I will give the one small examples. In the colleges, everybody knows what is the pH, correct? So that is negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. Can anybody say what is the pH range? Hello? Can you hear?
What is the question again?
What is the pH range? Sorry?
0 to 7 and then 0 to 7 acidic and 7 to 14 basic.
0
neutral.
to 14.
Yes, correct. So
0 to 7, sir.
yeah, 0 to 7 it is acidic and 7 to 14 it is basic, correct? So if I am having the compound 14.5, then what it happens? Or if I am having the compound pH is 15, then whether it is acidic or whether it is basic?
Basic.
How it is? You are saying range it is 14. Then how it will be the basic? So whether you are asking these questions to your teachers, why pH range is 0 to 14, why not it is 15 or why not it is 16? Because our habit is whatever mentioned in the books, we have to read, we have to by heart, like in Marathi we called as Patantar, and then we have to score the good marks, but that is not sufficient when it comes to in the pharma industry. So pharma industry, you have to challenge your knowledge, you have to challenge your techniques. So if it is mentioned as a 0 to 40, there must be some scientific rationale. Because if you see the ionic product of water H plus and OH minus, if you calculate, it will come only 40. So there is no compound, you will find the pH 50. But very few students, they will ask this type of questions and they will get this type of knowledge. Everybody knows it is 0 to 40. But why 14, nobody knows. So this is most important if you come to other topics like I think your subject you are having chromatography. So it contains gas chromatography or paper chromatography or high performance liquid chromatography, that is called as HPLC. So normally when I'm going for campus interviews or I'm doing interaction with students, so HPLC, we ask the questions, what is the HPLC? They will answer theoretically what is mentioned in the books. So HPLC is widely used for the determination of compound which having chromophore, like carbon chain compounds. Correct? But there are some compounds like arsenic trioxide, As2O3, whether we can detect by using HPLC. Or there are other compounds like chlorides, phosphates, sulfates or sulfides. What about that? How to detect that? Because now the pharma industry, there are lots of challenges. So you have to detect these compounds also. But if you see the industry, if it is ask the questions, yes, we can detect. But if you go to the education systems, they will say no. Because we have the gap between industry and education systems. So 5-10 years back, to detect this arsenic trioxide or to detect this anions, it was very difficult. But now in industry, we have the latest technologies. We can do the second derivatization. For example, if you have the arsenic trioxide compound, you can do the second derivatization and you can find out the HPLC also. Or these compounds like chloride, sulfate or phosphates, we have the another instrument, it is called as ion chromatography. So we can detect these compounds by using that systems. Normally in R&D centers and in quality control labs, there are lots of instruments we are having, lots of mass detectors or other detectors we have. So using that instruments or using that technology, you can use these instruments to detect the many compounds. But this technical knowledge you will not find in the one book or you will not find in the college books. There are other books are available in the market. If you want, you can note down Practical Pharmaceutical Chemistry. There are 3 volumes are there, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and the author is A.J. Bucket and Stanley. This book is a very good book for your chemistry peoples or for instrumentation peoples. So lots of instruments with technical information covered in this book. It is called as Practical Pharmaceutical Chemistry. So such type of books you have to keep with us and you have to build your technical knowledge, because once you enter in the industry without knowledge, you can't survive or you can't make it the success. So if you start any job for any area, whether it is quality assurance, whether it is quality control, whether it is analytical development, you have to read the lots of books, lots of guidelines are there. There are different guidelines for European market, for US market, for Indian market. So that guidelines lifetime will be used for you. So without technical knowledge, survival of the industry or make the career successful will be not easy. At present, if you see recently in the last 2 months, Alembic Pharmaceutical, which is the big pharma industry in Gujarat, they have removed almost 700 people. Last week in Hyderabad, Arvindo Pharmaceutical from R&D, they have removed more than 150 people to the cost reductions. Similarly, NATCO people they have removed. So many companies they are doing the cost reductions. So what people they will remove? The people which is having good technical knowledge, definitely they will not touch this. But there are many people I saw in last 25 years career. They started their career, but they are doing one job. Say, for example, they are doing the potentiometric titration. Continuously 4 or 5 years, they are doing the same job. They are not showing any interest to learn other techniques. Then after 6 or 7 years, they are getting saturation or they are going in the comfort zone, and for them it will be very difficult to survive in the industry. Because in industry, what happens if your pay scale is increasing, then management also expecting that what you are giving to the organization. So that is more important technical knowledge, because in US market, if you want to file one product, the cost of that will be around more than 10 to 15 crores. So if you are giving good product to the organization, then yes, organization will be due to you back in presence of appraisal or in presence of the salary also. If you want to good salary, then you have to take more pain. In short, no pain, no gain. That's the reason I kept his technical knowledge first. Second part, it is goal. So goal means you have to set your goal, where you have to go. If your goal is not clear, then it will be difficult. So you have to set some people I saw they are starting career for small organization, then they are changing after 1 year or after 2 years to get the more salary, but they don't have the goal. Why I'm going to select this organization? They are just getting, okay, I'm getting 20% extra salary, change the job. So every year or every alternate year they are changing the job, they are getting some salary, but after 7-8 years they are having the package of 7 to 8 lakhs, and then knowledge is less. After 7 or 8 years, then it will be very difficult to survive the industry. So your goal should be perfect. So I want to make the career in analytical development, or I want to make the career in quality control, or I want to make the career in quality assurance. If every year you are changing your goal, then it will be difficult. You can't focus. Your goal should be fixed. Your target should be fixed where you want to make the career or where you want to grow your life. So once you set the goal, then you have to start the focus on that particular goal. So once you starting the focus, then you have to do the hard work and smart work. So only hard work is not sufficient. You have to do the smart work, or it is called as intelligent work. So I will explain this also. And last one is your attitude. So these are the 5 important things to survive in the industry or to success in the industry. Without this, you can't success in the industry. Yes, you will get the job, no doubt, but long-term success will be very difficult. So if you see the technical knowledge, what is the technical knowledge? How you will get the technical knowledge? First, you have to read the books. So in the books, you will get the technical knowledge from that. What is that? Then in that case, what you have to do it, you have to find one mentor. Mentor means what? Whether it is your teachers or whether it's any person in the industry or any other persons who can guide you properly, who can suggest you where you have to go or what mistakes you are doing, whatever will be there. He has to guide you properly. He has to suggest you properly. But that should be the honest, not for only satisfaction or anything. So find the mentor. Anybody needs that. You people have to decide. Develop the strategy. If you want to learn any skill, so you have to develop the strategy. There are many skills are there in industry, many new techniques are there in industry. So if you want to develop your strategy, you should decide your strategy and develop the strategy after setting the goals. And most important, you have to challenge yourself. Now, once you decide everything, you start the job. So in between, you can challenge yourself. Without challenging yourself, you will not get successful. Because sometimes what happens, yes, you will think, yes, I am doing the best. And you will start the comparing with other people. But what management is thinking, whether what you are giving to the management, what you are giving to the industry, that is more important. Many people during appraisal, so they are saying, I have given very less increment, or I am getting less increment, I am not getting proper recognition. But they are not thinking what I have given to the industry. Sorry, I am not getting your voice. Somebody have a question?
Sir, in a pharmaceutical chemistry,
Okay.
which chemistry branch have a wider scope, analytical chemistry or organic chemistry?
No, I am not getting your voice is not clear.
question is a branch of chemistry have a wide scope.
No, your voice is not clear.
Sir, my question is which branch of scope? Analytical, yeah, organic.
Both it is there. In case of analytical chemistry, also scope is there. Organic chemistry also scope is there. Organic chemistry, you have more scope in the API industry, that is called as active pharmaceutical ingredient. So you can have the synthesis there itself, synthesis R&D. And organic chemistry people also, they can go in the analytical area. That's not a problem. So you can learn the instruments. So both are having equally scope.
So I also had a question. What do you exactly mean when you say that it gets tough to survive in the industry?
See, normally industry, what happens if you take it any manufacturing industry, there are having different department, manufacturing department, quality control department. So for example, if you take it quality control department, there are hundreds of people are working. If hundreds of people are working, there are different sections are there, like raw material analysis, finished product analysis, stability study sample analysis, or calibrations or validations. There are different sections are there. So in raw material section, for example, there are 20 people are working in one section and there is one manager. So in that 20 people, there is a competition. How to grow there? So if you want to grow in the industry, normally for analysis, industry is preparing experience 0 to 5 years or 0 to 6 years to do the bench working, that is performing the analysis. But after completion of the 7 years or after completion of the 8 years, and if you don't have the good knowledge or good skills, then you can't grow. Then you have to select the assistant manager or company has to do the promotion. Like if you see government areas, you are having after 5 years, you will get this promotion. After 10 years, you will get another promotion. Or after 15 years, you will get another promotion. But in private organizations, it is totally depends upon your skill. If you have the good knowledge, if you have a good team leading capacity, if you have the good administration, yes, you will get the promotion of managers or assistant managers or above. So that's more important to survive.
Okay.
And what you are giving to the industry, if you are giving one good product, if you are developing one good product for US market, definitely management will decide, yes, this candidate is different, we have to take care of him. But if you are doing routine job, then it will be difficult for you.
Okay, sir, got it.
So in case of goal, you have to define your goal. So what type of goal you have to define? So your goals will be SMART goal. SMART means what? Yes means it should be very specific. It should be measurable. It should be attainable. So you have to keep the goal that should be practically attainable. It should not be impossible goals. It should be relevant to your subject. And it should be the time bound. So within 2 years or within, suppose once you join the industry, initially they will not allow you to work on instrument like HPLC or instrument like LCMS or instrument like gas chromatography. There are advanced instruments are there. So initially they will ask you to do the small instruments. But if you are really good skill and hard work and everything, you can learn that instruments by putting extra efforts. Like 9 to 5:30, you can do your job. After 5:30, you can wait up another 2 hours or 3 hours. You can learn the other instrument with the help of senior people. If you catch that, then yes, definitely it will helpful for your career because you will learn the fast techniques. And learning, what you people have to do it in case of learning, many people I saw they are only focusing on the operation of instruments like operation of HPLC or operation of LCMS. But only operation is not important. So along with the operation, you have to learn interpretation also. So for example, in chromatography, you will get it spectrums or you will get the chromatographs. After getting that chromatographs, how to interpret, or in case of mass spectrophotometer or in case of NMR or in case of XRD, how to do the fragmentations. So that interpretation also is important, and that interpretation will be not available in your syllabus generally. So for that, you have to do the additional courses or you have to do the additional books. So that interpretation is very, very important because if I am having one product and I want to compare my product with another product, so what interpretations I have to make it? That interpretation is very important. So that's the reason your goal, if you make it specific goals, which should be measurable, which should be attainable, relevant, and time bound. So if you see the SMART, SMART, so your goal should be SMART goals. Then it will be the important. Then you can do the focusing. So you have to focus on your goal. So how to focus? Your goal should be clear. So you can work in 60 to 90 minutes back, because if you sit in front of PC for continuously 3 to 4 hours, you can't focus properly. So you can have the 60 minutes one slot and then take 5-10 minutes break. You can do the another job. Again, you can come back to your original job so that you can focus on your work. Use the technology for your advantages. Like right now, what we are doing, we are having the live webinar. This was not there last 4-5 years back. Nobody was thinking also that. So we have to use the new technology, latest technology, but not for other. You have to use for your advantage. Like now, many people say, so WhatsApp, what we are using only for time pass, not for advantage. So instead of that, we have to use the technology for our advantage, not for wasting the time. Pay attention to yourself. So your presentation also more important. So here, discipline wise, your incoming timing or how you are present yourself, that is also important. Turn off the world. Turn off the world means what? When you are doing the work, so you should not check it in between WhatsApp or in between internet, what is going on. So you should be focused on your job. So other activities you have to turn off. Schedule distractions. Actually, this is more important. So when you are working in the groups or when you are working in the industry, there are many people. They will try to disturb you also. So in case of that distraction also you have to schedule. For example, if you are working on some important activity and somebody comes in and they are asking something, you can inform him, just wait for some time. I am busy in some activity. I can come back to you after 1 hour. I can come back to you after 2 hours. So that distraction also more important. So this distractions means people will come to disturb you. So that also sometimes it is required. Otherwise, if nobody is having disturbance or nobody is challenging you or nobody is disturbing you, then competition will be not there. So in the competition is also must. Without competition, you will not grow. So sometimes you have to practice how to focus. So you should not get distracted by other people. So you can focus on your own activity. So coming to hard work or smart work, you can see the comparison. So most of the things like mechanical industry, there is physical efforts are important. But in pharmaceutical industry, only physical efforts is not important. You have to both physical as well as you have to concentrate on technical and traits also. So smart work or intelligent work, you have to do hard work or you have to do both the smart work also. So hard work means what I suggested earlier. If you are doing some work for 9 to 5:30, that is your actual job. So you have to do that also. But if you want to learn other activities after 5:30, you have to wait another 2 hours or another 3 hours or another 4 hours to learn other activity. So that's the reason hard work as well as smart work, both are important. Only hard work also not sufficient, or only smart work also not sufficient. So both, if you are having smart work plus hard work, you will get the achievement. So that is the important. Some people are only doing hard work, then they will not survive. Some people are doing only smart work, they will also not survive. If you are doing both, yes, you will survive in the industry. You will get the success. And normally, hard work never fails, but smart work, sometimes there are chances of failure also. So we have to accept that also. Failure is not bad. Failure you can use as a one step for the success also. So if you are having both hard work and smart work, chances of failure is very less. But in case of only hard work, cost also is more important because it will give the more hard cost. If you want, just I will display one small picture. You can see the hard work. This story everybody knows, water and crow. So we have to decide whether we have to go hard work or whether we have to go smart work. You can see these are the medical students or engineering students. What is the difference between hard work and soft work? So that is in our hand. what smart work we have to do and what hard work we have to do. But both are required. Only one is not sufficient.
Hello.
Sorry, your voice is echo.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, if we joined any company, then the company is not giving us any kind of guarantee that you will be staying in this company. If we are not performing, means how like if we join any company, there is a we are safe in this field or any uh, how we can say in any means गव्हर्नमेंट जॉब मध्ये आपण कसं सेफ असतो की आपल्याला कोणी नाही काढू शकत. The
Yes.
same it is there in industries or
No, private industry is totally different. Government industry, you have the job security, so nobody will remove it easily. But in case of private industry, no, there is a threat for your job also. There is no job security. If you are really not performing well, they can remove you within one day. Whether it is junior person, whether it is senior person, whether it is manager, whether it is general manager, or whether it is vice president, they can remove you in a single day. It is clearly defined in your appointment letter. So private industry, without your skills, you can't survive. That's the reason I mentioned that. So private industry is very tough. In your appointment letter, it is clearly
and
defined.
okay sir. After completing MSc, so directly we can join. Directly we can go through any companies or we can give an interview or any some kind of courses we have to do.
No, it is not required. You can go directly in the industry. You can select also. If you want, there are some courses in Kolhapur, some courses in Satara, Sangli. There are some. My colleagues they started, but that courses means not certified courses. Just only they are guiding the people. They are having one or two instruments, nothing else. But my suggestion, you can directly join the organization.
Sir, and even like government pharma industries in India, they have exams before they take candidates or what?
There are some organizations they are having the written exams, but there are very few, not much. Mostly physical interview is more important, but written exams very few companies they have.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So last it is attitude. So importance of attitude, your career success, your productivity, your leadership, your teamwork, your decision making capacity, your motivation, interpersonal skills or interpersonal relations with your juniors, your seniors, and how you are doing the trace management, because lots of trace, lots of challenges are there for to complete the timelines, to complete your work within the time frame. So practically, if you see the attitude means what? If you see the spelling, it is ATTUD. And if you calculate all this, how much it will come? If A is equal to 1, T is equal to 20, if you calculate how much it will come? Any idea? It comes as 100.
100.
If you have the good attitude, positive attitude, then definitely it will be the success you will get it, because attitude is most important in the industry. Without attitude, without positive attitude, you will not survive, because there are lots of senior people are there. They will try to force you. They will put the pressures also, because senior people also have the pressure from the management to complete the activity within the timelines. Because any project, whether it is Indian market, whether it is US market, or whether it is European market, there are lots of competition. If one company is working to develop that product, there are other 20 companies also working on the same products. If I am going first in the market, I will get it lots of business. If I am the 10th person, I will not get it much value. So earlier, what Dr. Patil sir, what he said, generic products. So most of the Indian companies, they are working on the generic product in the US market. So we have to develop equivalent product which is available in US. So there are many companies, Pfizer or Teva, they have patents and they have brand products in the US market. So for example, that brand product value is for 1.5 lakhs for one injection. If I am developing that product and I got the successful, I will file that product in the US market, then we'll get the business. I will launch that product maybe 1.3 lakhs for injections. So organization will get it lots of money in that case. But in the same time, other companies also they are trying the same product. So again, within 1 month, they will also come in the competitions. So one example, if we take is say, for example, there is one product paracetamol tablet which is available in the Indian market, and Dr. Reddy's they file from India. So Dr. Reddy's they will start the marketing in the US market. Say for example, 1 lakh rupees per product. So within 1 month, another Cipla also they will get the approval. They will file that same product. They will launch the product instead of 1 lakh. They will start with 90,000. After 2 months, another 2-3 people will come. So here there is a competition between Indian companies only. So then business is getting diverted. So in one product, there are 4, 5, or sometimes 10 competitors are there. So that's the reason going first is more important. So everybody is putting the pressure. Management is having lots of pressure because there are many products going. Everybody knows that product patent is going to expire, for example, June 2022. So then I have to file that product before that June 2022. So in the same time, other people are also working. So if you are having first to file, then yes, you will get it lots of money. So that's the reason I told you there is lots of pressure, lots of scope. And one candidate asked the question about the job security. This is the reason we don't have the job security in pharma industry. I think that is the slides I'm having. I have one small video. Just can I play it if everybody is available?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this video, this is the basketball video. I think some people maybe knows. And there are two teams. One team is having white dress. One team is having black dress. So what you people have to do it? You have to just count how many passes white team they are doing. Everybody got the question?
So can you repeat?
See, there is one small video I am going to play which contains two basketball teams. So one team is having white dress, one team is having black dress. So you just count white people, how many ball passes they are doing. How much numbers, 10 numbers or 15 numbers or 20 numbers. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can see how many passes does the team in white you have to make it. It is visible to everybody.
No, sir.
So the presentation last slide is still on.
Okay, just wait. Now you can see.
Yes, sir, it is there.
Yes.
So what you have to read, how many passes does the till in white they can make it? So it is clearly visible now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just count. I will start it. Just you can count. What is the answer?
12.
Sorry,
12.
12. Any other?
11.
11. Any other?
13.
Any other persons?
15.
15. Okay. Any other? The correct answer is 13. Now one more question I am having. While running this video, while they are passing the balls, what you saw others? Anything you saw different?
We didn't get question, sir. What is the question? Please repeat.
See, this video they are playing the ball passings, correct?
Yeah.
Everybody is focusing on concentration, how much ball passing they are having. In between something happens, different things. Anybody can notice that?
Okay.
Now I will play it once again, you will just check it. Can you see here something? This.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the people in black are also there.
Let's see this. So nobody has noticed that, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Yeah,
now
sir.
we can notice.
Right, sir.
So this is more important. So when you are doing any jobs or something, what is going on your side? So normally in industry, if you are working in groups, big groups are there, there are many people. If you are focusing on one activity, you have to think what is going on other areas also. So not only one concentration. So that is more important. So I think that's from all from my side. If you have any questions, now I'm open. Hope I think this will be useful for you. I'm not sure because some online it will be little difficult, but definitely offline, if it is there, we can have more interacting, we can have more workshops on this. But unfortunately, it is not practically feasible now. So I'm open to the questions. If anybody has the questions, you can ask, or you can ask. You can take my number and you can contact me anytime.
Sir, which technical course have for pharmaceutical after doing BMSc or MSc?
Sorry, I'm not getting questions.
Sir, any technical course is available for doing technical jobs in pharmaceutical or other industries?
See, my suggestion after MSc, you can start your job first in your organization. Along with the job, you can do the courses. There are different courses for regulatory affairs, different courses for mass spectrometer, different courses for NMR, certified courses also available. So along with your job, you can do that correspondence courses. That is the better instead of doing wasting the time after MSc.
Sir, am I audible?
Manager, sir, 1 minute. I would like to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing is that, sir, your lecture was very nice and certainly it will be helpful. Only one thing I would like to add. One girl was asking, what is the surety about the job in the private companies? Once we appoint, they are not giving confirmation, etc. But here I would like to add that once you join any company and if you prove yourself, and if the company find very useful or you are useful to the company, or you are doing well, then I think there are less chances to remove you. So you have to, yeah. So as sir has said, you have to prove yourself, and if you are proving and you are giving something more, then certainly nobody will remove you from the company. Sir, thank you. Yeah.
So if you prove yourself, as sir said, and if you are giving something to organization, see, any organization, they will not remove any good persons.
Yes, sir.
Which is having good performance, they will not remove. So in case of all the organizations, every year there is an appraisal system. In the appraisal systems, you will get the appraisal whether it is score, whether it is good, whether it is average, or whether it is good, very good. So the people who are getting average score, they are having the threat. If suppose continuously 2 years or 3 years you are getting average score, then it will be threat for your job. But if you are having your score in very good area, no company will touch you. You will get good benefits, you will get good salary also.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question. Hello, sir. Sir,
Yeah. You can ask me question in Marathi also, not a problem.
sir, if I want a successful career in research, then what you give me suggestions?
Sorry, your voice is echoing.
If I want to make a successful career in research or from organic chemistry, then what you give me suggestions?
So if you want to go in with organic chemistry, so you can select the API R&D center, synthesis R&D. It will be good for you because organic chemistry will be more useful in the synthesis lab rather than analytical.
Sir, I would like to raise 3 questions.
Yeah.
Considering our undergraduate and graduate students,
Okay.
also postgraduate students,
Okay.
I would like to raise 3 questions. And my first question is, what are the factors which are actually responsible for the low cost of any generic drug as compared to trade name drug?
See, there are many factors are there. So brand name and generic name. Brand it is only value for the brand. Its content are the same. For example, what is the brand? If you go to the market right now, supermarkets, most of the people what they are asking Colgate. Nobody will go and ask toothpaste. Correct? Because everybody knows the Colgate. Colgate is the brand. So there is the value of the brand, not for any other cost. So making cost, whether it is Colgate toothpaste or whether it is any other brand toothpaste, the manufacturing cost is almost similar. But the marketing brand cost is more. So that is more important in the cost.
Okay. My second question is, what is the current importance of doing SAP course in pharma industry?
SAP course.
Yes, sir.
So as I told earlier, SAP software is more important. Most of the pharma industry, they are working on the SAP software. So some companies, they are using SAP software only for stores, accounts and purchase department. But there are some companies, they are using SAP software for each department. So instead of paperwork or like government offices, if you go, you will find lots of files. Pharma industry, there are softwares like SAP, you can do the online documentation.
Okay, and my third and last question is, how the method validation work is carried out in pharmaceutical? In short, because as the method validation part is a very much detailed part, but if you throw some light in short, how the method validation work is carried out?
Okay, right. So method validation for different countries, different guidelines are there. For example, in US market, there is a United States Pharmacopoeia. In that Pharmacopoeia, there is one general chapter 1225 validation of analytical procedures. In addition to that, there is one guideline, ICH guideline, which is called as International Conference on Harmonization, which is widely accepted by entire world. So that guideline also they have clearly defined how to do the method validation. Now method validation is what? Once I develop the method, so during development, I will check it just, okay, I got the now, if I am developing the method on HPLC, yes, I got the peak shape is properly, everything is perfect. Now my method is ready. So I selected the mobile phase, I selected the wavelength, I selected the injection volumes. sorry, I selected the columns. Now my method is ready. Now that method, how I can ensure that method will work in future or not, or whether it will be survive lifetime. So in that case, I have to assure that method whether method is perfect or not. So in that case, there are different parameters in the method validation. For example, specificity. In the specificity, you have to check my method is very specific to that particular API. For example, I developed the method for paracetamol. So paracetamol, it contains impurities also like 4-aminophenol, 4-chloroacetanilide. So that impurity should be also separate from paracetamol peak. So that we have to check in the specificity. So method should be specific. Method should be precise. That precise means we have to check the precision. Method should be accurate. Method should be rugged. So these are the many parameters you have to perform in the lab. So if you have the time, you can download that guideline from ICH guidelines. You can check that parameters.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
In short, you have to give the full confidence that my method is perfect.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Hello, sir.
If you want, we can have separate webinar on method validation.
Yes, sir, of course.
हॅलो सर,
Yeah.
माझा एक प्रश्न होता की जसं ऑर्गॅनिक केमिस्ट्री आणि अनालिटिकल केमिस्ट्री तुम्ही फक्त प्रिफर करता असं सांगितलं, पण फिजिकल आणि इनऑर्गॅनिक केमिस्ट्री पण तुम्ही प्रिफर करता का?
Yes, there is lots of scope also in organic chemistry, physical chemistry. So असं काही नाही की फक्त ऑर्गॅनिक केमिस्ट्री आणि एनालिटिकल केमिस्ट्री प्रिफर करतात.
ओके सर.
सर आणि आफ्टर MSc म्हणजे कोणत्या अशा डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये अप्लाय करायचं असेल तर स्पेसिफिक काय नाही ना, अप्लाय करू शकतो. आणि इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये जर विचारलं की सॅलरी एक्सपेक्टेशन काय आहे, तर मग सगळं म्हणजे कसं असतं ते?
अप्लाय करायचं डिपार्टमेंट फर्स्ट यू हॅव टू सेट युअर गोल की तुम्हाला कोणत्या डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये करिअर करायचं आहे, वेदर इट इज क्वालिटी कंट्रोल, वेदर इट इज क्वालिटी अश्युरन्स और प्रोजेक्ट मॅनेजमेंट और दॅट तुम्ही डिसाइड करायचं आहे स्वतः की मला कुठे करिअर करायचं आहे. So once you decide, then you have to apply accordingly. And once you get the call for interview, in case of salary for fresh candidate, different organization having different scale. It starts from 1.8 lakh per year to some companies 2 lakh, some companies 2.5 lakh. So, माझ्या ऑर्गनायझेशन आता मी जिथे काम करतोय तिथे आम्ही MSc कॅन्डिडेटना 2.5 लाख देतो स्टार्ट्स. So that varies from organization to organization. Normally ज्या ऑर्गनायझेशन डोमेस्टिक मार्केटसाठी काम करतात, इंडियन मार्केटसाठी, तिथे सॅलरी स्ट्रक्चर थोडंसं कमी असते. आणि ज्या ऑर्गनायझेशन रेग्युलेटरी मार्केटमध्ये काम करतात तिथे सॅलरी स्ट्रक्चर जास्त असते.
ओके सर. आणि MSc करताना जर कोणत्या इंटर्नशिप्स वगैरे केल्या तर काउंट होतात का त्या, म्हणजे असं हेल्पफुल असतं का?
हो, हेल्पफुल होतं कारण तुम्हाला थोडंसं एक्सपोजर मिळतं इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये काय चालू आहे आणि त्याचा कॉन्फिडन्स तुम्हाला इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये येऊ शकतो.
ओके सर, ओके.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, after MSc, there is a need any course of instrument or any other technical course.
You can do that courses. There are lots of courses available, directly available, correspondence also available. But again, if you do for that courses, you have to waste again 1 year. Then again, competition will be more. So better, my suggestion, you can start the job and you can do the correspondence courses. Only thing, little more efforts you have to take it, but you can do it correspondence.
But sir, how we get job after MSc or any other graduation?
So if you see the internet, there are many opportunities you will get it. There are many websites. You can apply to different companies. There are many companies they are conducting walk-in interviews. Many companies they are conducting campus interviews also. As I said earlier, Hyderabad is the big hub. Then Goa also there, Ahmedabad also there. Unfortunately, Maharashtra we have very less scope.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, would you know about any scope in abroad countries? Like you said, US has more turnover. So, any other countries apart from India that has scope?
So there are many other countries also we have the scope. So like Arab countries also there, European countries also there. You can go African countries also there. You can go US also. In fact, last month I also got the opportunity for US, but I rejected.
Sir, any suggestion for starting QC in career QC?
So if you're going to start career in QC there are different departments like raw material, as I said earlier, raw material, packaging material, finished products, or stability or method validations. So what my suggestion, if you start career in raw material section, you will get lots of learning because there are many tests you have to perform. And then after 1 year, after 2 years, you can learn other sections also. So it will helpful to build your career. So if you want to build as a suppose a head of the department, you should have the exposure to all the sections, not for only one section.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
अजून कोणाला डाऊट्स विचारायचे आहेत?
तर MSc बाहेरून केल्याने फरक पडतो का?
MSc
बाहेरून केल्याने फरक पडतो का?
Little difference is there.
जॉब करत करत
Little difference is there. आता काही जास्त फरक पडत नाही, थोडाफार फरक पडतो. कारण करस्पॉन्डन्स MSc एवढे स्टँडर्ड नाहीये. यू विल नॉट गेट मोर एक्सपोजर फॉर प्रॅक्टिकल्स. त्याच्यामध्ये फक्त थेअरी असते.
सर, आणि जॉबसाठी अप्लाय करताना तुम्ही कोणते सजेस्ट करणार, म्हणजे गव्हर्नमेंट की प्रायव्हेट?
अनफॉर्च्युनेटली इंडियामध्ये गव्हर्नमेंट फार्मा कंपनी फार कमी आहेत. सो यू हॅव टू गो विथ प्रायव्हेट ओनली.
ओके.
आणि गव्हर्नमेंट मध्ये पे स्केल इट इज व्हेरी लेस. प्रायव्हेट मध्ये पे स्केल इट इज व्हेरी हाय. So if you take it my example, I started my career with small organization from Pune and my salary was 1,500 per month and now I am drawing 6 lakhs per month.
So with experience आणि प्रोग्रेस सॅलरी ते म्हणजे वाढवतात असं?
बट असं नसतंय की फक्त माझा एक्सपिरियन्स वाढला म्हणून सॅलरी वाढेल. कारण एक सर्टन याच्यानंतर तुम्हाला इम्पॉर्टंट आहे की तुम्ही कसे ग्रो करता, तुम्ही किती नॉलेज घेतले, तुम्ही कंपनीला काय देताय, त्याच्यावरती इम्पॉर्टंट असतं.
Sir, after graduation, any job opportunities in pharmaceutical companies?
Yes, after BSc also there are opportunities. पण आता सध्या इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये काय झालंय, 20 years बॅक MSc चा स्कोप कमी होता कारण त्यावेळेला लिमिटेड सीट्स होते युनिव्हर्सिटीमध्ये, त्यामुळे जास्त MSc कॅन्डिडेट नव्हते. पण आता काय झालंय की ओव्हरऑल इंडिया, वेदर इट इज महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटक, आंध्र, MSc कॅन्डिडेट भरपूर अवेलेबल आहेत. कारण MSc चे कॉलेज वाढलेत, कॅन्डिडेट्स पण जास्त आहेत. सिमिलरली M.Pharm चे सुद्धा आहेत. त्याच्यामुळे ग्रॅज्युएशन नंतर स्कोप कमी राहतोय, पोस्ट ग्रॅज्युएशन नंतर जास्त राहतोय. आणि ग्रॅज्युएशन नंतर BSc नंतर यू कॅन स्टार्ट ऑल्सो, बट अगेन यू विल गेट इट लेस सॅलरी.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
There is any limitations for the MSc student after this is the post for the MSc?
Practically, there is no limitation for any candidate. That is depends upon you, how you are growing. If it is MSc in chemistry or MSc in stats or anything, there are lots of opportunities for everybody, but it is depends upon you, how you are grabbing this opportunity. You have to grab the opportunity, you have to grow. कारण तुम्ही जर करिअर स्टार्ट केलं फक्त क्वालिटी कंट्रोल मध्ये आणि तुम्ही एकाच एरियामध्ये जर ग्रो करत राहिला तर स्कोप फार कमी असतोय. आता तुमच्या जस्ट नॉलेजसाठी आता जी माझी लॅब आहे, तर माझ्या लॅबमध्ये जरा डिफरंट स्टडी चालू असतात, लाईक इन विट्रो रिलीज टेस्टिंग, इन विट्रो परमिशन टेस्टिंग, Q3 कॅरेक्टरायझेशन, एक्सट्रॅक्टेबल, लिचेबल, एलिमेंट इम्प्युरिटी, पेप्टाइड सिक्वेन्सिंग, प्रोटीन सिक्वेन्सिंग, पेप्टाइड कॅरेक्टरायझेशन. हे डिफरंट सब्जेक्ट आहेत. हे फक्त US मार्केटमध्ये चालतात, जे डोमेस्टिकला नाहीये. पण ह्या टेक्नॉलॉजी जर तुम्ही लर्न करून घेतल्या तर ह्यूज स्कोप आहे त्याच्यामध्ये.
Hello, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sir, while pursuing MSc, which internships you will suggest?
Sorry, your voice is echoing.
Hello.
Yes.
So while pursuing MSc, which internships you will suggest?
Internship, if you want to go.
No, sir. While pursuing MSc, which internships you will suggest?
So while pursuing MSc, I think internship it is not mandatory. If you want to go for 1 month, 2 months, yes, you can do it in formulation, any formulation like Cipla or any other companies.
Okay.
हॅलो सर. सर इंटर्नशिपसाठी गव्हर्नमेंटला प्रेफरन्स आधी द्यावं की प्रायव्हेटला?
बेटर आहे प्रायव्हेटला, कारण गव्हर्नमेंट ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये ऍडव्हान्स इन्स्ट्रुमेंट तुम्हाला मिळणार नाहीये. प्रायव्हेट ऑर्गनायझेशन मध्ये सगळे ऍडव्हान्स इन्स्ट्रुमेंट्स असतात, लेटेस्ट इन्स्ट्रुमेंट.
ओके सर.
मेहेंदळे सर.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes sir.
Okay. Honorable resource person, Mr. Animesh Salunke sir, respected principal Dr. Anil Patil sir, convener Professor A.V. Jadhav sir, and my all dear participants. On behalf of organizing committee of this national webinar, as well as JSM College Alibag, I really feel immense pleasure to take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks to our today's eminent resource person, Mr. Animesh Salunke sir, being a vice president and site head of Invitron Advanced Analytics Private Limited, Hyderabad, who spare his most valuable time from his busy schedule to grace this national webinar with his extremely relevant address on the topic opportunities and career in pharma industry. Sir has rightly talked about almost every aspect which is currently related with the pharma industry. Variety of opportunities currently which are available in the new career field in pharma industry, almost more than 10 number of details has been given. Sir has also pointed out need and importance of technical knowledge and concern challenges along with setting of the goals, development of different strategies, importance of learning the instrument, but the most important is interpretation. Sir has also suggested some good reference books, and I hope these books will be helpful for undergraduate students, postgraduate students, as well as teachers from our department. No pain, no gain. In concern again with the another concept which is called as smart work, which is very much successful, which is very much required, and which is the most important key attributes of this today's lecture is a smart work. As you know, the failure is the first step for success. In case of smart work, it is very, very important. And sir, I assure you that we will try definitely in a such way that your next lecture will be method validation, definitely. So we really appreciate your sincere efforts for delivering a very, very informative lecture. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity also, especially to express my deep regards and gratitude to all the members of Janata Shikshan Mandal management for always encouraging us and providing an opportunity to organize such a very good webinar. I would especially thanks to our beloved principal, Dr. Anil Patil sir, for his unfaltering guidance, support, and confidence in us. I would further extend a hearty thanks to Professor A.V. Jadhav, who is a head department of chemistry, for his thought-provoking insight and the efforts for organizing this academic activity. My sincere gratitude also goes to entire organizing committee members for taking topic that is really mattering in today's age in time. My deep sense of appreciation and thanks to all, especially student participants who choose to be live with us via online mode today and attended this national webinar with a great enthusiasm and made it as a successful academic event. Last but surely not the least, I thank Dr. Chate sir for his entire technical support, and I also thankful for our entire office staff, non-teaching staff of our college, as well as our staff members of chemistry department for their valuable help wherever necessary. Once again, I thank you all for being with us this morning and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you. Finally, on behalf of entire organizing committee, I declare that today's national webinar is over and successful. Thank you all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.